Welcome back to the Haunted History series on What's That Behind You. If you've been with us before, you already know that history isn't always just stories of the past. It's often filled with shadows, echoes, and secrets that refuse to stay buried. Tonight, we return with a chilling journey into one of the most haunted places beneath the streets of London, the London Underground. An intricate web of tunnels snaking beneath the city. The Underground is a place millions pass through every day without a second thought. But hidden in its depths are stories of tragedy, restless spirits, and unexplainable encounters. So join me as we descend into the dark heart of London's tube system and uncover the ghosts that still linger there. Our first stop is Bank Station, a labyrinth of tunnels beneath the beating heart of London's financial district. But this station isn't just a hub for wary travellers. It's also the home of a sorrowful and vengeful spirit known as the Black Nun. The story begins in the early 19th century with Sarah Whitehead, a woman devastated by the loss of her brother Philip. Accused of forgery, Philip was executed, leaving Sarah to wander the streets in mourning, dressed in black from head to toe. Legend has it that Sarah never stopped searching for her brother. To this day, her ghostly figure is said to appear in the tunnels of Bank Station, gliding silently past commuters and station staff. She's often seen near the ticket halls, her dark veil hiding her face, forever lost in a search that will never end. One station worker recalls, "I was closing up at night, late, when I saw a woman standing by the ticket barrier. She looked lost, almost sad. I asked her if she needed help, but she just turned and walked away. Right through a wall. It sent shivers down my spine." Another commuter claims to have felt a cold hand brush against their arm as he stood on the platform, only to turn around and find no one there. Our next stop, we find ourselves at Liverpool Street Station, where the past and present converge in the most unsettling of ways. Beneath the station lies the site of an ancient Roman burial ground. It's said that late at night, commuters have witnessed something truly chilling. A line of ghostly Roman soldiers marching silently through the station walls. Witnesses describe them as half-formed, their bodies cut off at the knees, a haunting reminder that the ground level has risen since Roman times. These spectral soldiers seem oblivious to the modern world around them, forever trapped in a march from centuries past. A security guard recounts, "I was doing my rounds when I saw them, about 5 or 6 figures walking in perfect formation. They looked solid at first, but then they just disappeared into the wall. I've never seen anything like it." Another late-night traveller also reported hearing the sounds of clinking metal, like swords tapping against shields, but when they turned to investigate, the platform was empty. Bethnal Green Station is perhaps one of the most tragic and chilling stops on our tour. During World War II, it served as an air raid shelter for local residents. On the night of March the 3rd, 1943, tragedy struck. A panic broke out as people rushed into the station to escape an air raid, resulting in a deadly crush that claimed the lives of 173 people, many of them women and children. Since that night, strange occurrences have plagued the station. Commuters have reported hearing the sounds of children crying and the echoes of phantom footsteps running through the halls. One woman described her experience. "I was waiting for the train when I heard a child sobbing. It was faint at first, but it got louder. I looked around, but there was no one there. the sound just suddenly stopped, leaving me completely unnerved. Another witness recalls feeling an invisible hand tug at her coat as she stood near the stairs where the tragedy occurred. We continue our journey to Farringdon Station, home to one of the Underground's most infamous ghosts, Anne Naylor, also known as the Screaming Spectre. Anne was a young girl who worked as an apprentice in the 18th century nearby. Tragically, she met a gruesome end at the hands of her abusive employer. Her body was discarded near what is now Farringdon Station, and it's said that her restless spirit remains to this day. Commuters have reported hearing blood-curdling screams echoing through the tunnels late at night. Screams so intense, they're impossible to ignore. A train driver said, "I heard the scream just as I was about to leave the station. It was unlike anything I've ever heard, pure terror. But when I checked the platform, there was no one there." Several passengers have also reported hearing soft sobbing that turns into a shriek before fading away into silence. Our final stop brings us to Covent Garden Station, where the ghost of actor William Terriss makes his presence known. Terriss was a popular stage actor in the late 19th century, known for his charm and for his talent. But his life was tragically cut short when he was murdered outside the Adelphi Theatre by a jealous rival. Since then, his spirit has been spotted at Covent Garden Station, where he's said to have visited regularly during his life. Witnesses describe him as tall, distinguished figure dressed in Victorian-era clothing. One station worker said, "I've seen him more than once, always the same place, just standing there, watching. He looks so real, but when I get closer, he vanishes." A commuter added, "I felt a presence like feeling behind me on the platform. When I turned, I saw a man in old-fashioned clothes staring at me. I blinked, and he was gone." And so our tour comes to an end. But remember, the next time you find yourself on the London Underground late at night, keep an eye on the shadows. You never know who or what might be watching from the darkness. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the haunted history of the Tube. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss another eerie adventure on What's That Behind You. Until next time, stay curious, stay safe, and don't be afraid of what's behind you.